Well, I think there's one key element, and I just from my own personal point.
Oh yeah, what would you
Yeah,
think?
I mean the one thing is I mean those two are good, but I think one thing that happens. I know the more money I make, the more I realize it's all about control too. And what I mean by that is, especially with building your list, like you can create products and services and make a decent income. And my products used to be not physical products, used to be people. That was my product that I used to do. But with doing that, you can make a decent income. But if I learned that if you want to become insanely rich, then you create control markets. And the one thing, especially when you talk about list building, I mean, when you have control, the one thing is, because I used to leverage, remember I was telling you, that's how we put on events. I didn't, at the beginning when I first started, I didn't have a list. I would have other people, I'd have them send them all these emails out. But here's something I learned. I learned that sometimes they're not going to get it out there. And if you're relying on your livelihood to get those emails out there, leveraging other people, and you have nothing, sometimes, I will tell you that it sounded good. We put 5,200 people in the room. We were doing that consistently. But there has been times when my joint venture partners or the people that were going to send them out for didn't do it. And when you put money down, you're relying on things to happen, and you're waiting for somebody else to do something that they don't do. Because you don't have control of what these other people say. Yeah. So what I started realizing is, man, it's all about control. And if I can control a list, if I can have a list, if I can build a list, those are great strategies to make things happen quickly. But when you have it, now you have your own insurance. And here's what I mean by that is, let's say that I had 5 people that said they're going to help me promote an event, and I knew if I can have these 5 people to put 100 people in the room. Well, let's say that everybody except for one does. Now I got 10 people in the room because it's what this person does. But if I had my own list, I have my own insurance to take care of what the other 4 people wouldn't do. And that's one thing that I learned is more and more is having that list or having control of the list, so I can make things happen for myself.
So when
things go down, go bad, you've got an insurance piece.
Exactly, you got that policy.
And the same thing too, and even if having other people in your relationship, I mean, leveraging. I think leveraging is a cool tool to make things happen. But let's say that even running the money through somebody else or anything like that, I always like controlling the money. The more it gets done, control is the key. A key to the
when
business.
You were saying create. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
create and control the market. I mean, it sounds like almost in a way controlled. You mean like you don't. I mean, you can't do it all yourself. So how do you? When you're talking about create that control, you're talking about more like capture your own targeted list so that you have control. You don't need JV partners.
Correct.
You have control of your target audience.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It is great having a joint venture partner because that's a great way to make a lot of money. But it's also great to have control of that so that you can, at the press of a button, make things happen when things don't go right with those guys.